If you hang around, it wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
Lockheed, Sinclair, Peter, Black. Lockheed, Sinclair, Peter, and fucking Black. Wayfarer, you were a commando before, but right now I need a butcher. You feel up to it? Thomas Black orchestrated the Red Treaty. He's responsible for the death of my old man, and more besides. But he didn't do it alone. He's got himself plenty of muscle about, of course, but not so many brains. There are 3 lieutenants who helped mastermind the whole thing. John Lockheed, Enforcer Sinclair, and Peter the Fence. I want them all dead. More than dead. I want a fury on them. I want them turned into bloody sigils that spell out Black's doom. But I'll warn you, this is dirty work, and once you get started there'll be a price on your head. Syndicate enforcers will start crawling the city for you, so don't you come back till the job's fully finished. Winston, Anthony and Johnny each have a lead on getting access to your targets. Speak to them to get started. And listen, these are proper public executions. I want you wearing your vagabond finest for these. Understand? We're sending a message here. Cross the vagabonds and fury awaits.
More bodies getting shite done never hurt anything. So, you want to hear about how to kill that little fucker Lockheed? Head of security for the Syndicate. He's an evil bastard. No 2 ways about it. No stranger to any form of atrocity. He's done me some personal harm and all. Ain't no one I'd like to see suffer more than him. But he's a little guy, really. He ain't shit without his goons about him. Get him alone, and he can be stuck like a pig. Lockheed has a mistress he goes see down Millwall. Young bink called Meg. Well, young Meg has got herself hooked on some bad chems lately. And if she don't do what she's told, she ain't gonna get her next dope delivery. So, all you gotta do is go down to the house, get the place secure, then I'll come along and we'll put Lockheed through his misery.
Hang about. You ain't doing shit, Winston. This is a dangerous mission, and I'm not having you go into enemy territory.
So what? You're not the only one after revenge. I got my rights. That shithead killed my family, and I'll be damned if I don't have my own fury on him. And I want it proper old school too. I want every drop of blood from him.
Easy now. You know my old man put a stop to that sort of thing.
Yeah? Well, Gabriel's dead now, isn't he?
You watch your fucking tongue or I'll have it out. I gave an order. You will obey it. No questions. And no backchat like that unless you want to meet your wife again. You get all that, Wayfarer? Now on to your next target. Bullet Tooth?
Yes, boss? All right, Sunshine. Let's talk Sinclair. More like what? The woman's a monster. Sinclair heads the Owen Enforcer Division for the Syndicate. Punishments, chain gangs, child slaves, and worse. Ain't no one gonna be sad seeing the back of her. Least of all me. She done in my husband back at the Red Treaty. Word is, she took some bits of him as keepsake and all. She's based in a metalworks factory up north. I made some connections. Finally found someone that hates her more than they fears her. Go around the back of the factory, speak to a girl named Lexi. She'll let you in. There'll be some guards, and word is Sinclair has a big dog or something there, but not much security otherwise. Most workers are slaves, They'll run the first chance they get. Sinclair herself ain't to be trifled with. Try to get the jump on her, or things might get ugly. Once you've done with her, chuck the body in the furnace. She don't deserve a trace of her left.
Hold up. I thought I told you I want the bodies out on display.
But she's a monster, boss. I don't want to see her martyred. She should be erased and forgotten.
And I say her bloody corpse should be strung up for all to see. Black should get the message that we're the ones to be feared now.
That ain't right to me, boss.
I'm not keeping you for your fucking ethical consideration, Anthony. Just do what I say.
As you say, boss.
Too right. Now, finally, Johnny.
Watcher? So, you want to hear about Peter the Fence? He runs a supplier network for the Syndicate. He's a proper smart fella, with a ledger full of all the important contacts in London. All Isle of Dogs would fall apart without him, I reckon. Peter used to work with us back in day, before Black bought him out and he stabbed us in the bloody back. Took all our bleeding suppliers with him too. Peter regularly meets with some gentry contacts at a Westminster joint called the Ennead. It's a fancy place. And Peter has his own back room for private dealings. Well, I pulled a favour with the staff to get you in. Just so long as you have no weapons on you.
What do you mean? How's our butcher here going to do their work without weapons?
Well, thing is, I've been thinking, and Peter ain't a bad sort, really. Maybe we could just scare him off, like. Send the Muscleer to take his ledger and spook him out of town. Scare his contacts off too. We'll do just as much damage to the Syndicate.
Have you gone soft in the shrapnel, Johnny? Peter is the enemy. No matter what sort he is, I want him dead.
But we used to be mates, like. He ain't no killer like the others. He's got a bit greedy, that's all.
You're a weak piece of shit, Johnny. Listen, Wayfarer. Just get into this joint whatever way you can, and snuff the fucking lot. I want you to bring back that ledger covered in blood. You hear?
But it...
No more lip from anyone. You got your orders. Get to business.
My mother wanted me to be a farmer, but I get my hands dirty in other ways.
We used to be something, but now...
We won't fall to the likes of the Dogs or anyone else.
You the one helping out? Good to see ain't everyone out to get us. If you hang around, wouldn't hurt none. We... need the numbers. You alright? It's a good day to get things done.
I wouldn't tarry if I were you.
My mother wanted me to be a farmer, but I get my hands dirty in other ways.
If I'm watching you, at least 2 others are doing the same. Don't try nothing.
More bodies getting shite done never hurt anything.
Careful where you tread, or you'll give me a reason to have fun.
How can I be of service? Certainly. Here's what I've got.
More bodies getting shite done never hurt anything.